Hey guys, so if you saw my last video on the wormhole hack of $320 million of wrapped ETH, go ahead and check that out. I just published it before this one. But here I'm going to go over the Bitcoin and Ethereum technical analysis, as well as the stock market on the S&P, that analysis as well to see where the market's going and what we can expect. So looking at the Bitcoin chart, you can see here that I did draw the descending wedge. Okay, I haven't changed any of the lines here, and we can see it is respecting this trend line perfectly. Now, this downward trend line on the daily chart was where Bitcoin had its all-time high near 69,000. Since then, you can see it's been rejecting off this trend line every time, and this time is no exception. Now, I'm expecting us to continue down, eventually reach this 33,500 level, and then bounce out of that descending wedge and test this 40,800 resistance. Now you can see here on the RSI, it did break above it a little bit on the daily RSI, but it still is rejecting that trend as well. So again, everything in confluence here. Then we look at the S&P chart here, and you can see here that the trend line I drew from its high near 4,800, it has been respecting that, and I believe here we will see a rejection near this 4,600 level and possibly descend back down and basically crab our way down on this downward trend channel until we can break it. And you can see here on the RSI as well for the S&P, you can see it is respecting this trend line resistance, and I expect it will reject as well as it has on November 9th and January 4th. So one thing we have to do, keep in mind for the S&P is this MACD is it is crossing to the upside as well. So that may give us some momentum. But again, these trend line resistances are pretty strong. So we'll see if it respects those as well. Now, going to Ethereum, you can see here, again, a lot of these lines, I haven't changed any of them. Right now, I'm looking for this huge descending wedge that we're in. But you can see here, right now, I'm looking for the rejection at that 2760 level. We did go a little bit higher to about 2800, but we did reject. And now I believe we'll continue downwards to form this double bottom pattern at about 2350 and then bounce up again, retesting this 2750, but eventually going towards this 3080 level, which there is a lot of confluence for a trend line resistance. And I believe we'll hit that and then reject again and then bounce off 2750 and out of that descending wedge finally. But again, looking at Ethereum right now, not looking too bad, but I still think we're going to go back down to this 2350 level and then bounce up from there. Now, another thing I want to show y'all is on the hourly chart for Ethereum. There is a bullish case here for a trend line support. So I'm actually going to, I know there's a lot of lines here. I'm going to delete all of them. So basically, if you just look, we can see here that if you draw it, there is a trend line to be seen here on the hourly. So if you can see here, basically drawing this trend line, you can see it is forming perfectly, right? Okay, and then if you want to draw this little right here, you could say technically that we did have I'll draw with the trend line so it's easier. You could say we did have an ascending triangle, right? So right here, we did have an ascending triangle, eventually broke out. Now it's testing it as support and potentially breaking to the upside, right? So that's an option as well. So kind of in that whole descending wedge I had, we could still be bouncing around in there. So possibly it could be a case as well. We'll have to see, how much resistance Ethereum has. Again, there is that resistance at about that 3050 level. So if we do continue upward, expecting a rejection off of that level. But again, we'll have to watch these two levels very closely. Again, there is good confluence support here around that 2620 level. That is why we bounce. So we'll have to see if Ethereum does break this 2620 level. Again, expecting it to decline and potentially go again towards near this 2300 to 2200 level in here. So with that, if y'all had any questions about the TA I did on Bitcoin, the S&P, or on Ethereum, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer any questions. And again, always trying to help y'all out as much as I can. Please give the video a like if you liked it. Really helps the channel out, helps it grow. And as well, if you want to join my Discord, I do have it in the description and the comments, and my Twitter as well. So with that, till next time, thanks for watching.